Rant 6. The corporate death penalty. It is clear from the recent crimes committed by pharmaceutical companies coupled with the tremendous fraud committed by financial institutions that it is time to change the penalties that are imposed on corporate criminals. Often we hear of fines being imposed that are equal to only a small portion of the profits made on multi-billion-dollar frauds, swindles, thefts and money laundering. The fines are given the title of cost of doing business. The corporations then continue as if nothing happened. We have seen people jailed and financially ruined for insignificant crimes by comparison. It is time that corporations are held to at least the same standard as the people who work for them are. When a corporation is found guilty of a felony crime, I propose the following as suitable punishment: a minimum fine of 200% of the before-tax profits generated by the crime be imposed. The corporation is dissolved immediately. All corporate directors, officers, executives, and managers are banned for life from holding any such position in another company of any structure. All corporate directors, officers, executives, managers, and people involved in the criminal activity are liable for criminal charges and civil liabilities. All of their personal assets should be frozen until litigations and trials are completed. Personal funds gained from criminal activities may not be used for payment of legal fees. Public defenders will be provided and paid out of funds gained from liquidation of corporate assets. Sorry, no high-priced lawyers to find loopholes. Since the indicted corporate people would have no available assets or cash, no bail will be allowed, regardless of the source. Crimes resulting in deaths or injuries of human beings will be tried as if they were a street crime or robbery by common thugs, for that is what they are on a grander scale. For crimes lasting through changes of personnel will provide for the former employees and management to also be tried as part of the criminal conspiracy, and punishments should be equal to those of current personnel. All research, patents and corporate papers will immediately fall into the public domain and no longer have protection from use by anyone in the world. License fees will go to the injured parties. All real assets will be sold and proceeds used to pay damages to injured parties or provide refunds for fraudulent products. Any corporations doing business in a state or the United States by transacting any business of any kind would by doing so fall under the corporate death penalty law. Foreign corporations are forbidden to do business in any state or the United States if they do not submit to the law. Doing business through an agent or agents for the purpose of shielding a foreign or out-of-state corporation from the law is forbidden and will not be recognized. The corporate parent of the criminal activity will be held responsible for the crime. All stockholders owning more than 1% of the stock of any kind or lenders holding $100,000 of debt of the criminal corporation will be subject to fines, suits and penalties used against corporate directors, officers, executives, managers, and people involved in the criminal activity. Corporations holding debt or stock in the criminal enterprise will also be deemed criminal and subject to the corporate death penalty. The intent is not to stop business activities. The intent is to impose common law on all corporate activities, never cause harm to people or cause loss to property. Kinda like, do unto others what you would have them do to you, golden rule. My references here are not intended to be imposing religion on business. Just a common morality for operating a business. And Rant 6.